Greetings, welcome back to Game Design. This is lesson 25, the game design process. Now this is an introduction to it. You are still going to keep working on your game, get the functions into it, and what I call lesson 25A, which is your project for the week. But this is a lesson, right? This is a lesson you're going to go through. It's very similar to what you've done before, where you can just kind of walk through the code.org and make sure you're following along in the right correct thing. But it is a lesson, so there's also a challenge at the end. You need to turn it. So there is a quick thing for you to understand that I need to show you for this, because otherwise you kind of walk through it just like you did last one. Now the point of it is to kind of go ahead and go to the game, understand what the game is first, right? So you can use up and down arrows, left and right, to kind of push the things off of the board, and your goal is to I can push down too, right? Your goal is to just get them off before they get to the cake, right? If one of them gets to the cake, you lose a lot of points. So let one get to the cake, right? And that's your goal. Now you're going to make this game, so don't push them. That's the problem. You're only barely faster than them. And if you don't push them all the way, they go off. So, right, you can see how quickly you can lose points. But you can get in their way, right? So you're going to build this game, right? That's kind of the point of this thing, is for you to build this game just like you did last time. Now, there's the planning the project, right? This is the process that you're going to do next week, right? So you're going to do one of these by yourself next week, right? So you got to go through all the planning process. This is the worksheet you need to fill out. You can put your name and stuff on it. Do not forget to fill out the last page. So the goal is for you to kind of read through this and see what they did, because again, you are doing this next week. So read through how they say, all right, here's my labels, this is where we're going to start, or the rotation, what's going to go, do they have velocity? Like, you are planning out what's going on, because you're going to do this next week, and to some extent, you're going to do this that final week when you try to plan out and design all of it, and you've kind of been doing this the whole time as well. So, right, this shouldn't be too bad. Where your functions, and these are all the functions you're going to make. So you're going to use this worksheet to make it, and then eventually you're going to make a worksheet, and then use a worksheet to make the next one, right? That's kind of goal. So when you're done, you're going to do the little remix thing at the top and get me the remix, and then share the code. So you'll save it for yourself, share the code, and then come back in, paste that, and then as I mentioned, at the end there are challenges. So again, this is still a lesson. You're going to fill out. It's a pretty big lesson. But again, a lot of it's done for you. They've done the planning. You're going to go through and do it. Because remember, this is the only project for next week, right? This is what you are doing next week. Just you are doing all of the work for yourself next week. You're also going to kind of start finalizing what your game is, because the very last thing that you're going to do is finalize your game, right? And I'll have the requirements for that when we get to that in a different video. But that's where we're at right now in the course. So with that, go ahead, and if you need to, again, play the game, get used to how it is, read through this so they can kind of see what they did, and kind of bounce back and forth putting the game in that to understand it, and then go through all of the pieces, put a link to it at the bottom, and then don't forget to do the challenges at the end. That's all I have for you this lesson. We'll see you next one.